Let's look at mathematical literacy, paper 1 scope. This is for grade 10. And it starts like this. We expect to see terminologies. Terminologies, what are terminologies? This other side, these are the terms that we shall be expecting. You understand? So I'm just saying, I'm showing you the terminologies. What do you expect to see there? So you will know the terminology. This is the terminology. And what does it stand for? What is a suitable definition? All right. When I'll go through this and find out and see the value of one currency relative to another value of currency. Now, the moment you see currency, this would be what? Exchange. Exchange what? Exchange rate. Currency, exchange rate. Do you have anything to do exchange? Okay, it's here. So this one becomes what? D. Are we there? The rate charged per unit for service or products that is supposed to be tariff. Why do I say that? I'm looking for charged per unit. Charged per unit. Tariff. Do you have any tariff? Okay, it's there. This becomes what? F. Compulsory tax charged for consumption of goods and services. Compulsory tax charged. Compulsory tax, but for consumption of goods and services. It's the same as VAT. This is VAT, and it's what? E. Do you see what's happening? Among other terminologies, this is just an example I'm showing you, all right? An entry into an account which shows money paid into the account. Now, here we have debit. We know very well debit, this money goes out. Then when you have credit, the money has come in. The account has been credited. So here we shall say it's what? Credit. Why? An entry into in. So here the value becomes G. An increase in prices of a basket of goods. The moment you hear a basket of goods, this one becomes, if you have anything to do with index price, you can put it there, or inflation. Let's check. Okay, perfect. We have B. This is inflation. A change in prices over a period of time, usually a year. Oh, the moment you hear basket of goods or services that represent the economy as a whole, it's supposed to be inflation. So here we took our answer as B. All right. Debit, it's not given here, but this is when they talk of, if they say money going out of the account, money going out of the account, then the money becomes debit. It's debited. The account has been debited. Okay, let's go to another part that we expect. Here comes, the first part was of finance. Here, this is data handling. In data handling, we shall expect, as they tell us, mod. What is mod? Mod, or other questions, they like writing it like this, the model value. It's the number that appears most. The number that does what? It appears most. That's your mod. Okay, you don't need to arrange any data. You don't need to do any calculations. Look at the data and you get, for example, we have this set of data that we have here. These are values, and actually it's in income. It's values, it's in money format. What number appears most? We have 900. Do you have any other 900? No. So this one's not part of it. We have 1.8. Do you have any other 1.8? No. We have 450. Do you have any other 450? No. We have 540. Do you have any other 540? No. Then we have 1,350. Do you have any other? No. You have 700. Oh, wow. These are appearing. So the mode in this scenario is what? 720 rands. The mode, the number that appears most. Okay. We go on. They're telling us arrange, ascending or descending. Now, let's see this. When you're going to arrange, we shall say ascending, ascending, meaning this, for you to understand it easily, is from what? Small to big, ascending. You're from the ground. Where are you heading? You're heading upwards. You understand? Ascending. They say, after 3 days, Jesus ascended to heaven. He left the ground, he went upwards. So descending is the opposite, whereby we shall have, when we descend, we are from heaven, descending, big, big to small. I will use this data that we have here. Okay, what you do, the easiest way to do this, on your question paper, put them in. If you're doing ascending, meaning you're going to start with the smallest, what will it be? We have this one, 1, mark it, then this one becomes 2, followed by 3, the same number, 4, 5 is 900, 6 is 1350, 7 is 1800, then lastly it's, oh, they are 8, not 9, they're 8. The 8th number is there. Are we there? Now, having arranged them, it's easy to find median. You find what? Median. Median, before we go ahead, median, as you see here, the word median, it is middle. The middle number or the middle value. Together. Not any other thing. Middle value. Now, what you have to know, for example, here we have 8 of them. That means you're going to have 2 numbers in between. If you remain with 2 numbers in between, you add them and divide. Let's look for the median for this. Now, since there are 8, we're going to remain with the 4th number and the 5th number in between. Anyway, let me just show you how we do it. So we said number 1, we need to have, I'm arranging them before I look for my median. So it's 450, followed by 500 and what? 40. Number 3, 720. Another number 4, 720. Number 5, it's 900. Number 6 is 1350. Number 7, 1800. Number 8, which is the last one, it becomes 3100 and what? 50. Now we're looking for the middle number. The easiest way to do it or to remember is to say what is on the left goes at the A, that goes, this goes, this goes, this goes. So 3, 3. So look at what I told you. When you check very well, the 4th number is C, and the 5th number is that. So you're remaining with 2 numbers in between. What happens? What happens is that you get them, add them up, and you divide by 2. Okay, pick your calculator. 720, good, plus 900, yes, equals to 1620. But when divided by 2, you'd end up having 810. That is your median. So median becomes this. Please, if you're looking for median, rearrange small to big. Someone might ask us, what about if there were 9? For example, if there were 9, I'm saying if there were 9 values, what would you do? Let's say here we have, let's say, I'm just saying, let's say here we have 4,800. So now, we're going to do it another way. So now this would not be the median because the 9 numbers, definitely you're going to get a perfect number, and that will be the median. What am I saying? Or what should I tell you? Now, since we have that, we shall say, so now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You see, if they are odd, you remain with a perfect number. If they're even, you always have 2 numbers in between. Okay, let's look at what we call, look at what we call discrete and continuous. Now, what I want you to remember, under discrete, please, values that are countable. Values that are countable. We say that's discrete data. Data becomes discrete if the values are countable. For example, number of people, then number of people, we might have number of discs, pens, pencils, you understand? Books, animals, by the way, the values that you can count, they become discrete. Now, continuous. Continuous. When does data become continuous? When it is measurable. To obtain it, you have to measure. To obtain, you have to measure. Like the height. Let's talk of the weight. Let's talk of length. Distance. Temperature. Things that we measure. Things that we measure. Volume. You look at capacity. That is what? This is continuous. So please understand that. Countable, measurable. Together. Let's look at financial documents. When you look at financial documents, I expect you to look at financial documents. We shall expect to see financial documents. We look at something to do with a bank statement. Bank statement. If not, we have a till slip. Oh, we have a budget. We have a budget. Then a budget could look like this. We have income on one side and expense on the other side. We have what we call a pay slip. This is in grade 11. All these are financial documents, among others. Invoice, receipts. Those are bank what? Okay. Let me see. If it comes like this, you have income and expense. This could be a budget, It looks to be a budget thing. Then they ask for the total. All you have to add, you add these values here. This is approximately 5,600. 5,600. You see, this is a balanced budget. Why? The expenses are less than the income. Expenses are less than the income. Okay. When you go on and calculate, they might also ask you to do VAT. VAT, VAT, please, what I want you to remember, under VAT, know what they need you to do. Know what they want you to do. For example, we say VAT, which is value added tax together. When you're include, we shall take the price times 1,15. Meaning, if you're excluding, take the price given to you, you divide by 1,15. Now, the only problem comes in, if you're looking for the value of VAT and you've included already, you start with 1,115 times that price that already has VAT. But then if the price has no VAT, we shall say 15 over 100 times the price that excludes VAT. Remember those formulas. Remember this. Together? When do we use this? When do we use that? All right? Okay. Cost calculations, we shall look at it in the next slide. Here we are. The cost calculations. Cost calculations. How much, in other words, we are looking for how much do you spend? How much do you spend? Anything that goes out, it's a cost. In other words, we are looking at expense. Or someone else would say, we are looking at what we call what? Expenditure. Together? So now we have a person called Titi sells traditional belts. The cost of producing each, you understand? Already now you see the cost. They have told you the cost of producing. So this is 90 Rand, its cost. She sells them. This is not a cost. What is it? It's income because she sells. After selling, the money comes in. She sells. This is income. It's not a cost. Then she pays monthly. The moment you hear she pays, paying its cost, the money is going out of your account. So she has another cost of 800. A monthly rental fee of, so she says she spends a monthly rental fee of 800 for a store and a monthly rental fee of 100 for the machine she uses. So the cost here, total cost, our total cost equals to 800 plus 100, then plus, but then of these costs, we have what we call the fixed cost, and this is variable cost. Why? This one will depend on the number of belts. The number of what? Belts. But these two, they are monthly rentals. Whether you've worked or not, you have to pay. Why? You are renting. So the fixed cost is 900. The variable cost, it's 90. Are we there? So that is it. Cost calculations. We look at probability. Probability, what I want you to know. Probability is a chance we say it's a chance something does what? Happens. That's probability. The answer, sorry, how do we express probability? Expression of probability, 1 as a fraction. That's number 1. This is where it starts from. Number 2, it can be as a decimal. Then lastly, it can be as a percentage. A percentage. As a fraction, please, you have to simplify it. And it has to be a common and normal fraction. Numerator over denominator. The numerator has to be small, no matter what. Then the denominator has to be bigger than the numerator. Are we there? As a decimal, the answer should run from 0 to 1 as a decimal, meaning 0,00, to 1,00. Should your answer exceed 1, just know it's wrong. Should you have a bigger number on top and a smaller number down, this one will give you a wrong answer. Percentage, it's in between 0% to 100%. No any other stories. This is what you expect to see in your probability. We have an example up here. An example up here. Let's look at it and see. Shall use it for percentage and probability. Now you might be asked, what is the probability of picking house expenses? This is because now this has to be, it's already in percentage format. So this is 21 out of 100, which becomes 0,21. Or as a percentage, you shall always say 21%. You see, this is what? A fraction. This is a decimal. And this is a percentage format. In the three ones, 1, 2, 3. Together. That is it. If not, they might say, I'll give another example. Another example, we say, a box has 2 red books, 3 blue books, 4 green books, and 1 yellow book. You see that? Then they ask you, what's the probability? What is the probability of picking a black book? We are saying what's the probability of picking a black book? Since we don't have black there, the probability will become 0. Since we don't have black, the probability becomes what? 0. You write there 0. All right. Now you're asking us what's the probability? Gosh, what am I writing? Let me do it this way. What's the probability of picking a black book? This one becomes 0. It's not there. But then, what's the probability of picking a red book? Guess what's going to happen? First and foremost, you know red, it's here. There are 2, so you say 2. Out of, add everything here. So we have 2 plus 3, 5, 4, 9, 10. Okay, it's out of 10. So you have to simplify it further, which becomes 1/5. As a decimal, this would be 0,2. As a percentage, just multiply by 100, you will get your. Please don't forget to put on if it's a percentage format, don't just write 20. Put 20% together. Then, what's the probability of picking either green or blue? Either green or blue. Meaning you're going to add the 2. We have 3 plus 4 over the 10, which is supposed to be what? 7 over, which becomes what? 0,7 or 70%. There's a higher chance of picking blue or green because check what? They are more. That's probability. Another thing, if you're to look at percentages, here, the one that we are seeing here, please, percentages, always look at the fraction format, which is numerator over denominator times 100. Together? Times 100. The other thing that you have to remember, percentages. What percentage is it? Usually, you have to look for the numerator, then we divide by the denominator. Numerator over denominator. Now, let's see this one here. For example, you say a class has 150 learners. A class has 150 learners. We say 150 learners. And we say of these 150 learners, 40, they belong to the maths class. They do maths. Understand? 50, they're in business studies. Then we say 60, they do. 60, they do. Let's say 60, they do history. So they ask you what's the percentage of learners that do mathematics. So you just say 40 over 150 times 100. This goes with that. So remaining with 40 divided by 50 by 5, you remain with a 3. By 5, you have 8. This is 80 divided by 3. So whatever answer you get there, we are saying 40 divided by 150 times 100. You get 80 over 3, which is 26.66 what? Percentage. This is the percentage of those ones who do mathematics. You see that? So it goes on and goes on and goes on. Oh, another tricky one, it's that, you see, working backwards with percentages, but this one is easy. Let's say, let's say, let's say, someone called James got an increment, ne? Or the money was increased. He got an increase in the pay. Okay, he got an increase of 40%, let's say that. And the new payment is 24,000. You understand? So they want you to get the original. What is the old? What was the salary before increment? The original amount. Original amount, please. If they said an increase, meaning they took 100, they added 40%. It was the price was at 100%. Then they added a 40%, giving us 140%, meaning it's over 100, which is 1,4. So now, if now the new price is this much, what was the old one? Please just get the new price. You divide it by 1,4. You see where I got the 1,4? It's through this. Just get that and you get your new, the old price. Divide by 1,4. So the old price was around 17,142 and 86 what? Cents. So that was the old price. Okay. We look at data collection. Wow. Data collection, what we expect you to know under data collection, what are the instruments? Instruments for data collection. Instruments for data collection we have interview. Then we have a questionnaire. Some people call it a survey. Then we have observation. Those are the three major. Yes, we have what we call the group discussion, GPD, the group discussion, something like that, whereby you collect people of different you go on getting groups and you discuss as a group. Get that? That's what the first thing that you have to know under data collection. Then interpretation of graphs. We have this one here. This is called a bar graph. Together. Why is it called a bar graph? It has spaces. It has what? Spaces. Ne? That's a bar graph. But if I told it was like this, the other next to this is a histogram. We call it a histogram, not histograph. Histogram. Then we have a line graph. A line graph, it goes on like that. Ne? When do we use our line graph? When we are looking for what we call what? Trend. It's better for what we call change. Between this year and this year, what happened? That is it. Then we also have what we call a pie chart. Don't forget that. We have a pie chart. Pie chart, usually in percentages. And they should add up. The percentage, if they are percentages, they add up to, if percentages, they add up to 100%. If they are degrees, they add up to 360. They add up to 360. Okay, we have income and expenditure. This one brings us back again to the budget part of it. How much have you spent? How much is coming in? You understand? How much have you spent? How much is coming in? It could look like this. Income and expenditure. It brings us back to the budget. How much do you earn? How much do you get in? How much do you spend? How are you planning to spend it? And for example, here they might also ask you, how express the rent payment as, I'm just saying, rent payment as a percentage of the total expenditure, meaning rent over total expense times 100. You understand? Okay. Range, average, mean, ratio, simple interest. Range, we shall always get. Range will always be the highest value minus the lowest value. Mean, add all the values and you divide by the number of values that you've added. Then ratio, please, ratio. Always take the order. What do I mean the order? If they say, yellow has 45 people, black has 30 learners, then we have red. I'm talking of houses, ne? Red has, let's say, 50. And they ask the ratio of red to yellow. Please don't change the order. Write down red to yellow. What are the reds? We have 50. To yellow, 45. Now, if you don't know what to do here next, pick the calculator, take the smallest number, which here we have 45. Put it over 50. So meaning the smaller number should be 9, The bigger number should be 10. You are done. All right? Though they might ask you to give the unit ratio. Please, unit ratio. The unit ratio, that one is fine. You always start with 1 is to a given number. So if here they had asked us to give a unit ratio, it would be, in this sense, it would be, we divide through by 10, we divide through by 10. I'm dividing through by 10 to remain with a 1 is 2. This side I will have 0.9. This is what we call a unit ratio. And this is what we call simplified ratio. Simplified ratio. All right, this takes me to simple interest. Please, they've not talked of compound. Simple interest, and I will also stick to simple interest. Simple interest, look for the first things first. Look for the interest, multiply it by the number. Then you add on the money that you invested. Let's take an example here. Someone called Paula invests, let's say 1.5 thousand, 1.5, 1,500, ne? At a simple interest of 10% per annum. Simple interest for 3 years. So they want you to get the total interest, total number there. Total amount. Total amount. Total amount. Now, what shall we do here? First and foremost, look for the 10% of the money. That goes with that. This goes with this. Becoming 150 times 3 years, which is 450, plus the money he invested. So at the end of the day, he has 1,950. This will be his money. Simple interest. Together? Good luck.